Hey everyone, this guy, Andrew Williams. Now look, Andrew Williams is most famously known for recently getting tossed up at the No Kings Parade in Detroit. And when I say tossed up, I mean tossed up. Now, if it was me, I might go somewhere and sit down for a while, hope people forget, or maybe think about my life choices. But nope, this guy immediately got back on the internet and broadcast his thoughts again.
At where this nigga landed. At a No King's Day protest here in Detroit, I was arrested and assaulted by multiple people. I went there to counter-protest and, of course, preach an anti-immigration message. I also stand as a veteran against these anti-American protesters who hate America and hate everything America stands for. I went there alone by myself, and I was met with tons of Antifa members wearing shirts and hats, proudly saying that they were Antifa to me, calling me a Nazi, calling me a house nigger, calling me a coon, and saying I'm a race traitor that should be shot. And mind you, this is from white liberals, by the way. Of course, there's comments on all these videos lying and saying that I was attacking and beating on people. Nigga, if that was true, I wouldn't be getting out on a fucking Sunday. The organizers of the event were encouraging people from the crowd to go and attack me and push me. People were trying to hit me with their bikes, push me on the ground, trip me, all the type of things they could do to stop me from speaking and humiliate me. I didn't go into the formation and disrupt anything. I didn't sit back and try to stop or pull down the flags or anything. When I tried to go around and stand on the benches as they were protesting, I was forcibly removed and thrown to the ground by the cadre that was there. They spent a lot of time calling me a house nigger and a coon each chance they would get. Now, there's videos of me being attacked and me not throwing any punches, being pushed by these people. I was arrested for disorderly conduct. Instead of the cops getting those who attacked me, they decided to remove me from the area. I was arrested, placed in jail, and released Sunday afternoon. Left is violent, and they did everything they could to try to dehumanize me, calling me a Nazi and saying that I'm a race traitor. Of course, there's black people cheering that I got arrested. What kind of fucking Looney Tune shit are we on right now? It seems that black people only support the police when it's against people that they disagree with. None of this is going to stop me from making content. In fact, I'm going to double down and go to protests and preach and express and use my First Amendment right, as I should, and as I did on Saturday. I encourage more people to peacefully protest against these people, counter their message, and speak up.
Now, this guy falls into the same category, at least to me, as somebody like Candace Owens. And at least Candace Owens has the decency to have opinions on other things. But this guy's entire repertoire, I mean, that's all he is. It's just, you know, he's got, I don't know if he got rejected by the prom queen or something, but, you know, he's just got this, I'm a black conservative and I hate black people. And he said it many times, although he didn't say black people, he said niggas. And, you know, as much as I despise that word, I need to make this clear. I'm not afraid of it, and I'm going to use the vernacular as he uses it. Because, you know, I'm not trying to monetize this or anything. I'm just repeating what this moron said. And I call him a moron because, you know, it's the same kind of reason I feel about Candace Owens. You know, and this is not a guy I just picked on because he suddenly became famous. He got beat up at a rally. I'm picking on him because he says dumb things. And it's not dumb in the sense of he's incorrect. It's just a dumb position to have. Now, I'm going to take this one position. Now, one case where you've probably seen it before. It's a young man who got pulled over by the police.
Whiskey on a silver Kia. I don't like this.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely there's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement. Arguing with you, I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
35.
He just fucking told you.
Driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle.
Now, this cat immediately goes to the usual checklist routine of, you know, I want to see a supervisor, I ain't done nothing wrong, all these kind of things. And the guy, you know, he's wrong. You know, the policeman pulled him over. He doesn't have his lights on in the rain. And his first response was, well, it ain't raining. It was clearly raining. And, you know, it just escalates from there. And it finally gets to a point where the police calls in, back up, and they break his window, and the guy jaws him. I mean, just punches him in the face.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit
the vehicle.
Now Andrew sees this and he points out. I mean, he stops the video like every 5 seconds to point out how dumb this kid is. And he calls the guy a boy, and he's like 2 years older than the guy. I'm older than both of you knuckleheads put together, and I ain't calling him a boy. It's a grown man. But anyway, you know, that's part of his charm and or his branding is that he's so hard on black people because, you know, he knows better than the rest of us. But anyway, he goes through this laundry list of all the things the guy did wrong. And let's say, for the record, he did some dumb things. He should have just took the ticket and moved on. I don't understand this need for African-American men in particular to just combat the police, especially when you know you're wrong. I mean, I do understand. You're not supposed to say it, but it's like you get pulled over for not having your freaking lights on in the rain. So you make a big deal out of it. Because you know why? Because you don't have your driver's license. Or you don't have proof of insurance. So you try to escalate this thing into this big, huge issue. So this minor point of you not having your license or whatever gets lost in the mix. Ain't no dummies here. We get it. And he points this out. Andrew points this out. But then the cop punches him. I mean, he breaks the glass and he just jaws this kid. And the guy kind of like, you know, all systems got reset. And it's like he changed his tune and started acting a different manner. And Andrew goes through this routine of, you know, the cop shouldn't have done that.
Now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this about the cop. This is what pissed me off in the video. The cop punching this kid really pissed me off. Not because it's a race thing or it's, you know, oh, he punched him because he's black and all this other shit. This cop has fanned the fucking flames of people who are going to use this as ammunition to go after cops and to say all this stupid shit about white supremacy in America, that America's racist against black people, all this other shit. Do I think that was acceptable? No. I think there should be some disciplinary action, minor disciplinary action towards the cop, you know? But no, he shouldn't be charged with anything. He shouldn't lose his job. He shouldn't be suspended. Maybe have to do some training. Oh, we have to, you know, have a conversation. Hey, put a counselor in the military. You know, write a counseling, as we would say. You know, a negative counseling. Give him a mark. Do something. But other than that, keep it fucking moving.
Gee, thanks, Andrew, that the cop shouldn't have done that. We know that. You can't go around punching people much as you want to. But more to the point of, he admits that it's wrong. And he just goes through these, as he likes to say, and as conservatives like to say about African Americans, mental gymnastics to say why it's not a big deal. I mean, fine, whatever. You know, if that's what you feel, that's what you feel. But that is stupid. And there's still justifying that. So the reason why I don't like this guy for calling out black people all on their ills and everything, it's like, what purpose are you serving? You know, what greater good are you coming to? You know, I say this simply because, you know, you get on TV and you get on the internet, you call everybody a nigga every 5 seconds because that's supposed to make you hard and edgy, and you just point out all these things these people are doing wrong. What about, you know, how they could do better? I mean, if this is your mission in life to shine this bright spotlight on all the ills of African Americans and all the bad things they do and how bad the culture is. I love that because it's like they act like they're not part of it. Dude, you're black too, man. You can't point the finger at people and keep insisting that it's them because you're them. But anyway, you know, you're doing us. What are you doing to help this guy? You're constantly calling him the N-word as fast as it can come out your mouth.
Niggas. These niggas, he's nigga.
But you don't say one thing that can help this guy. You are so righteous and so pious and so right that you think that you can go down to a march with thousands of people trying to say something and you're going to educate them with you and your megaphone. That's why you got your ass kicked. Now, I'm not saying he should have got his ass kicked. Yeah, it was wrong. They put hands on him and they shouldn't. But you don't need to go around agitating people. But this is your mission in life, to go, because you're so smart. You're so wise. What are you doing to prevent these problems? Do you think you could have took 5 minutes to say, hey, you know what, man? You know, these are his words. You come from a single family home and you've been brainwashed and you're killing masculinity and blah, blah, blah. Here's how you can get out of this mess. You know, go to school, go to the military, do the things that I did. No, you don't do that. You just lord over somebody about how wrong they are and show videos of them doing something, showing videos of them at their lowest and just going on and on about how bad they are. I admit, the guy was wrong. He made some wrong life choices. got pulled him over. He was wrong. He didn't have his lights on. Sorry, officer. The guy might have let him off with a warning. But no, you got to escalate this thing. The windows getting broken and everything. And here your dumb ass is, blow by blow going on for it. But you're the great black man. And these other guys are the bad example. What the fuck are you doing? It just added to the problem. And I don't understand it. And I can't get down with that. And that's why I feel about these so-called black conservatives. I can understand you being a black man and being conservative. And they say being Republican, but that's a different story. But you have conservative ideas, the whole bootstraps and everything. And I'm physical conservative and all that. I don't like this and I don't like that. Fine, whatever. But how are you fixing the problem? It feels like half of the things, like I've made it, you have it. I'm going to point my finger at you and make fun of you. I'm the big man. And I can look at you like this all the time throughout my whole video because I'm so much better than you. No, you're not. You're not. You're really not, man. You're just exasperating the problem. And I hate to say it, but you know what? One of the things my mother always told me, especially when I went to college, she said, don't forget. And that was short for, don't forget you're black. But you know what, man? It's one thing to believe in this idyllic world, and he says that Gen X, whatever generation he identifies himself as, is the most accepting generation ever. You know what? You can live in that fairyland. But don't forget that you're black. And because when the chips are down, they will certainly remind you. And I have seen this several times. So, if that's how you feel, that's the world you want to live in, fine. But, stop lording over people and think that makes you better than you. That just makes you a coward. Comment below.